We are 2-0, baby.
And I'm taking you to the practice field.
We're breaking down the film.
And we're trying to end this week 3-0.
Oh, yeah!
Welcome, Commanders family, into Command Center, presented by SeatGeek, the official primary ticketing partner of the Washington Commanders.
Do you feel like you reminded the NFL world just exactly what you are as a player?
Right.
Steps up, pocket collapses on him, gets away, Chase Young chasing him from behind, and sacks him back at the 14-yard line. Spins away, right into the arms of two Commanders defenders, Montez Sweat and Chase Young combined on a sack.
Brian Colbert Jr. here with Santana Moss, Logan Paulson, Fred Smoot. Now, what a way to debut for Chase Young, and what a way to go 2-0 for our boys. Man, how y'all feeling after week 2?
I'm ecstatic.
You gotta be ecstatic, man. More than ecstatic. When was the last time we were 2-0 like this? I can't remember.
Undefeated. Unbelievable. Yes, we hike. Yes, we crunk. We gotta keep going.
Crunk.
We gotta keep going.
I need that same energy each weekend.
And you know what? They're going to keep that same energy, and they're going to stay ice cold, just like you said, Tanner. Take it away, my guy.
Ice cold.
What's colder than cold? Ice cold.
It's time for the ice cold moment presented by Steam Fitters. Steam Fitters UA Local 602 provides the highest level HVAC and mechanical piping services.
Now, let's take a look at the plays from week 2. First up, that boy Chase Young.
Oh, my
God.
That's your boy.
Half man, half beast.
Love how tight he is with his rush angle here, creating that pressure on a mobile Russell Wilson.
You know, Chase Young is a beast, man. We're going to talk a little bit about that. Me and London out there, you know, on the field pass.
And next up, we got possibly the best catch of the season so far, Terry climbing up there in traffic, baby.
Hey, that's one of those ones where you say, hey, man, he's down there somewhere, right?
Yeah,
Go
to Terry.
Yeah. And that's a great catch. We're going to look at that closer in the breakdown also.
That just shows his ability to go up and come down with the pass. Nobody else does it better.
And Fred, I got something for you. You know it's all about that defense, baby. Our first round pick got his first pick of the season. Look at that right there.
First of all, I just want to say congratulations to Russell Wilson. You are the first man on the Forbes list.
And you know what? These big plays got us to 2-0. And now let's look at the other teams around the league that are also 2-0. As you can see, we got a couple of division foes in there. The Dolphins, the Falcons, surprisingly, fellas.
Yes, most definitely. 49ers, the Eagles, the Buccaneers.
It's good to be in that group, though.
Most definitely.
Be in that group. I'd rather be in that group than the other group.
And you know what? I'd rather be in this group because you know what? I'm fired up seeing we undefeated, and I know my boy Fred even more fired up.
I'm always fired up. And you don't see how much I'm fired up this week.
Time for Fred Fired Up, presented by FanDuel. Make every moment more with FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of your Washington Commanders.
Welcome to Fred's Fired Up, and I'm fired up this week, fellas. We're 2-0, and nobody gives us respect. They calling us the underdog. How can you be underdog? But we know one thing about respect. It's earned. It's not given. So we're going to earn it one game at a time. Starting with the Bills. And then after that, we'll see the next team. But this week, we'll earn your respect.
Man, Fred's so fired up. He got us all in here sweating. I'm gonna give the brothers a chance to cool down. Let's take a look at this week 3 matchup against the Buffalo Bills. Let's get a look at this game day guide brought to you by SeatGeek, your ticket to great Commander seats. Now, the Commanders are back at FedEx Field for another sold-out matchup. That's right, sold out against the Buffalo Bills. Kickoff time is at 1 p.m. You can also tune into Game Day Live on YouTube, Facebook, and X beginning at noon. Brian Mitchell, Santana Moss, and myself will bring you all things Commanders with our pregame coverage. And after the game, stick with us because we have the post-game show, me, B. Mitch, Logan Paulson, breaking everything down from your game. And speaking of my guy, Logan Paulson, let's head over to the film room and see what he has to break down for us.
Brian, thanks so much. Really appreciate it. Now let's get to this breakdown. Now, one of the things about this game, Fred and Tana, that got me super fired up was how they handled the momentum shift, right? It's 21-3, right? And we need a hero. Who's going to put on the cape? Somebody's got to put on, right? Let's take a look at these two guys right here. So first off, our guy, Chase Young, great. I love the inside move here. The tackle's not on his line. He sees it. Take that inside move. And what Ron said in our meeting was that he said, hey, we're going to give them shots to take these opportunities. And I look at this and I say, Jamin spying. This is a good opportunity to take your shot. So he takes a shot, flushes the pocket, and then watch our guy Jamin, man.
I'm going to say, watch this man run. Run, young man, run.
I mean, what is he? He's 6'3", 6'4", 200 240 pounds, and watch him just say, bye, bro. What's up? Ball out. Great job. Cody Barton picks it up. That's step one, right?
Yeah.
That's step one in building the momentum. Great defensive call, great defensive execution, but you got to do something with it, right?
Yeah,
here we are. 4th down, Tana, right? We got to make a play. We're going to get a little sit here. We're going to get a flat. We're going to get this in the back of the end zone here. Yes, and so watch how that affects the defense. Watch the space it creates. You get this safety with outside leverage, matching Logan Thomas here. Great job, great concept by EB with the pen. Good route by Logan, get in there. Maybe he's a little bit late with the football, maybe a little bit, I don't know. But great physical courage here.
I'm sorry. Every quarterback cannot make this throw.
But what about our guy, man?
Logan showed up because Logan showed up knowing that last week I had a pretty dull performance with those drops. So I'm coming with it. I care less what's going to happen to me. I'm catching this.
That's called sacrificing one for the team right there.
And in a situation where you got to have it, right? You got to have it. Great job. Great throw, like you're saying, Fred. But that's it. That's step one, right? Hey, man, we still got a little bit of time left in the half. What do we do? It's 3rd and 13, man. Someone's got to make a play. And who's going to make the play? Is it Terry McLaurin? No. Is it Jahan Dotson? No.
Bates Motel.
Bates Motel's going to make that play. Bates Motel's going to make that play with a little out and up at the top of the screen. And Bates, that's a fine route by Bates. But this throw, Fred, look at this pocket. We got to give the O-line some love here, right?
Yeah, most definitely. This throw right here, look at this window. Everybody cannot put balls in this window right here. And cover 2 it opens and it closes.
That's cover 2. We got the cover 2 safety here. Cover 2 safety here, and they're dropping in the middle of the field, right? That's a 2 structure there. And look at this throw. Look at the pocket. Great job by the O-line. Dime. Santa. Dime. Whoa.
1 second early, picked. 1 second late. Picked.
Absolutely. And then they get the field goal out of this. So it's 14-21, right? Come out at halftime. Denver gets the ball, right? Need a hero again.
Somebody got to say
we need a hero.
I'm going to put a little money right here. Because that guy's got a little bit of money.
He got it.
He'll let you hold it sometime. I don't know.
He might let it hold a couple dollars.
They're coming out with the play action pass here, right? They're going to run the back over here. And this is the same kind of play that beat him in the first half. And Payton says, nah, dog, I'm done with that. Let's get in here. Sackopotamus, love that. Get down, gets the holding call too. Push him back, right? Offense in itself. Then they punt. And then what we got?
Action.
Our playmakers making plays, right?
Action.
Terry on this post here. He's going to run. What's this called? Miami, right? That was Kyle's offense.
Miami, right? You got the post. You got the deep over.
Talk to me about
the deep over.
Talk to me about the deep over real quick.
Well, I tell you like this. Kyle used to always tell us, run to the spot. This quarterback should have an opening over here. And this opening normally is right around these hashes over here. The hashes at the numbers.
There it is.
So that's the area that Miami route, that deep over should always, you should just know it as a receiver. As long as I get over there, the ball should be there. I'm talking about a guy who's young right now. He's in week 2. He threw the post. And we was like,
we got a lot of people over here.
A lot of people over there.
But when he really gets in his bag and see what he left out there, next time he'll say, you know what, I'm not going to work so hard. I'm going to work smart. And I'm going to throw the ball to the guy who I know is going to end up coming over.
There, coming over
right here.
So, but this shows courage to make him throw this ball in here.
Big kahunas. Big kahunas.
And we talk about making plays, right? And getting the ball to your playmaker. First off, great throw. Second off, I mean, go make your boy right. Go make it right.
That's what Terry do.
Come on,
Terry
man.
does what Terry does, and that's what he do, make plays. So,
I mean, that looks like easy for him, right?
That's what happens. That's what happens when you pay him big dollar bucks. Like, you can throw bad passes to a great receiver. I always tell people that you don't need the most accurate quarterback when you got great receivers, especially somebody that can test ball-wise in there, and that's who he is.
So there's a team that's able to shift the momentum. Guys making plays, not always the best plays, but shifting the momentum, that's something they can carry because there's going to be a lot of adversity versus the Bills.
There's going to be ups and downs.
But they've shown us they can handle this, right?
Yes.
So, Brian, what do you think about that?
Logan, I think it's always a pleasure to see y'all break down film, especially when it's our Commanders offense, baby. And speaking of our Commanders offense, it is time for Air Power, presented by Air National Guard, proud partner of the Washington Commanders. Now, our guy Sam Howell balled out for us in week 2, throwing 2 touchdowns in our win over the Broncos. The first one came to our big tight end, Logan Thomas. I don't know how he held on to that one, but I'm sure glad he did. I truly feel this play changed the tone of the entire game. And last but not least, it was this amazing snag by Terry McLaurin in traffic. This clutch grab tied the game up 21-21 and put us in great position to win this game. Now, we are being matched up with a big-time quarterback in Josh Allen. Let's see how Josh Allen compares to our big-time quarterback in Sam Howell. Now, this is through both guys' first 3 games in their career. Howell has put up just over 150 yards more than Allen and 2 more touchdowns in his first 3 regular season games. Now, Josh Allen got off to a slow start his rookie year, so we're not trying to make too much comparison. However, our young quarterback is off to an amazing start. Now, let's dive all the way into this matchup. All right, fellas, let's get into this matchup. This is probably my favorite part of the show. It's time for headlines presented by the Washington Times. Now, Fred, I'm going to start with you.
Yeah.
What are you looking for most in this matchup against the Bills?
Well, I think the matchup I'm really looking for is the tight ends versus the linebackers. Dalton Kincaid, Knox versus Jamin Davis. And I think what's really going to change this is not the running game with the tight ends and the linebacker, it's the passing game. Yeah. He's their ultimate outlet. And you got a quarterback that gets antsy in the pocket, who has a strong arm, so he's not afraid to make any throw. Tight ends is always your go-to passer. I think if they could stop that and make them push the ball down the field, it could change the outlook of this game.
They made a big point of emphasis this year in terms of offseason with Knox and kind of creating that big 11 personnel, having them line up in the slot. So if you say linebackers, I think Cam Crow is going to be involved.
You're right about that.
In that matchup a little bit more. And I like that matchup for this team because he's been the tight end eraser in his career here. So for me, it's the defensive line. You look at that New York Jets game, that defensive line for the Jets got after that Buffalo offensive line. And I think our group, we get after people, right?
Yeah.
And so that's something that I'm really excited to see is can they kind of keep that level of dominance against the passer who is all over the place when it comes to running around, getting out of the pocket, and his ability to extend plays is outstanding.
But can they do that with a front? I mean, they have to run zone with a quarterback that runs, right? So the front is going to have to stay in their rush lanes while they do
100%.
it.
Absolutely.
Well, that's the key thing for me because, you know, being a receiver, I've always paid close attention to the defensive front more so than those guys in the back end. So I'm going to be very interested just to see how our front play because I believe that when it comes to, I mean, their front, their front play against our guys because I believe that we talked all season long, and I mean all preseason long about our receiver core. We have one of the best passing, cores, I think, when it comes to our tight end and our receivers. Their defensive secondary is pretty low. You know what I mean? They have a couple of key names, Poyer, they have, White. You remember White was one of the best corners in the league a couple of years ago before he got hurt. Now he's back, you know what I mean? So I'm going to pay close attention just to see, can we go out there and be as dominant as we have been? We haven't really scratched the surface when it comes to some of our guys, but against this group is going to be a big test to see if we can go after those guys and, move the ball down the field.
I'm sorry. Then for me, it's about like, can we protect, right? We got all these playmakers. They got a ton of first-round draft capital.
And a lot of guys.
Gregory Rousseau, AJ Vanessa, those guys. He's a second-round pick, obviously, but very, very talented up front. So how does the O-line stack up with them? It's going to be a really, really compelling matchup for sure.
And Tanner, to your point, actually, Sam Howell passed to 10 different receivers in week 2. That's 10 different receivers. What do you guys expect from your young quarterback heading into week 3? Logan, I'll start with you.
Gosh, man, I just expect more of the same, right? He's done such a great job in terms of big-time throws, getting the ball out. What I would say is I'd like to see him be a little bit more in the rhythm of the play. Right? That's one thing that when you look at him consistently, he's holding the ball just a tick too long. If it's not there, throw it away. Anticipating throws, I think, would be huge for him, especially against this fast defensive front. And can EB help him out in that regard? Can he call plays that say, hey, get the ball out here, here's some screen, here's some quick game. Let's get in the rhythm and feel really confident with it.
I love the way he throw the ball, man. I mean, one of the things that stands out to me, he's laser sharp. I mean, the ball is hitting these guys in the chest or is making sure that they can catch it and no one else can. So I love that factor, with his play. But I just think he's going to be who he is. He's shown us from day one, man. He's in between. He's not too high. He's not too low. He goes out there and play the game. When he makes mistakes, he comes back and try not to make it again.
Great point.
And that's evident. I've been seeing that without, you don't have to look too hard. Every week you see him grow. And I know it's early. He only played 2 games, but he was this way that last game he played last year and all the plays he played in the preseason. So I'm just looking forward to seeing him being consistently him.
I want his jersey to look the same way in the first quarter it looks in the fourth quarter. I want him to be clean. I want him to be upright. Charles Leno.
So guys up front got to play.
I want the guys up front to protect this kid because he's only going to get better. He's just starting to scratch the surface. And the one thing I don't want people to forget, we on this cloud right now, but eventually he's going to go through these ups and downs, and we got to go through these ups and downs with him. We got to understand.
But he has kind of went through some of these ups and downs already. So, I mean, I feel like he's already battle tested when it comes to that. So that's a great point.
Yeah, most definitely. So I want to see him play upright, and I want to see what happens then because he's playing against a good defensive backfield. This is going to be his biggest test of the year so far.
And guys, as much as I love hearing y'all break it down, another brother I love hearing break it down is my guy, London Fletcher. London, what's going on with you, baby?
It's time to set the tone. Brought to you by the Maryland Lottery. Fast play games. Play fast, win fast today. Please play responsibly. Thanks, Brian. Okay, it's time for me to set the tone. And my tone setters for this game against the Buffalo Bills are the defensive backs. I know you thought I was going to say D-line. Yeah, we need them all the time, but I'm going to go with the defensive backs. You know why? Because Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, he comes in here leading the National Football League in completion percentage. So I need my DBs to be on top of their game, setting the tone, disguising their looks, getting after the Buffalo Bills wide receivers. Set that tone. Make them know it's not going to be anything easy when you're going against our DBs. On the other side of the field, our offense. Who's my tone setter? B-Rob. That's right, B-Rob. I need you to bring it. Just like you did a week ago in Denver, I need you to take it up even to another level. We know you got it in you. Set the tone. Let them know that's how it's going to be. Brian, the tone has been set. Back to you.
Thanks, London. I have no doubt B-Rob will be setting the tone for this offense. But let's take a closer look at our defense. Now, we are tied for first in the NFL in sacks with 10. That's right, 10 sacks in just 2 games. We have been getting after the quarterback with 20 QB hits and 16 tackles for loss. Now, speaking of that defensive line, let's send it down to the field to my guys, Santana Moss and London Fletcher. They out there breaking it down.
Thanks, Brian. I'm London Fletcher out here with Santana Moss. This is the Field Pass brought to you by FedEx, where now meets next. Santana, our defensive line is going to have a major challenge this weekend against Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills offense. Our defense has been balling, though, man.
Lights out. Lights out.
When you look at this defensive line, tied with Dallas with 10 sacks on the season, lead the NFL with 20 quarterback hits, 16 TFL. I mean, it's not much they can do. And how good was it to see Chase Young back on that field last week against Denver?
I mean, more than anything, just seeing the added, help from Chase, just knowing that the guys that have been filling in for him has been doing a tremendous job. But just now to see the Predators back. I mean, Chase is like that guy. He's a disruptor. He's one of those guys. He's a disruptor. He finds a way to make plays when it seems like it's just nothing to be made. And I'm just happy to have him back. I want to see him out there throughout the entire season. What I was going to ask you is, with the success that these guys have had so far, first 2 games of the season, what is it that an offensive coach would try to scheme up to do differently to slow them down from getting off?
One of the things they're going to probably try to do, a lot of quick passes, a lot of short passing game. Also, the screens may come into play. But we've been doing a really good job of stopping the screens. And when you're trying to stop the screens, a lot of that is instincts. Whether you're a defensive tackle rushing the quarterback, and all of a sudden, you feel like, hey, they all of a sudden letting you get to the quarterback. You haven't beat him all day, and then
now you know it's coming. They baiting you basically.
Yeah, baiting you. We've done a great job of being able to stop the screen game. The quick passing game is going to come into play. Our defensive backs are going to have to be a little bit tighter, I think, in the coverage, especially when you look at Josh Allen last week. He was his average yards per target was only like 4.4 yards per pass. So the week before against the Jets, it was almost over 8 yards.
He was heaving them,
Yeah, he was heaving them down the field. So expect him to try to get the ball out of his hands quickly for our defense and our pass rush. I'm sure it's probably going to be a similar type of game plan for the Bills.
What about conditions, though? Because they say it's going to be a sloppy game. Supposed to be raining harder than it did our week 1 game. That's another,
Well, that's to our advantage.
Yeah,
that's to our advantage. And that's when you think about that now, the run game comes into effect. Buffalo, now Zach, what's his name's brother? Cook.
James Cook,
James Cook had a nice game.
Yeah.
The Bills had over 100 yards rushing, but our run defense, knowing that they're going to try to attack the perimeter. You saw Denver having success early in the game, trying to attack the perimeter. That's something that we're going to constantly have to deal with until we put that fire out in terms of teams being able to run the ball on our perimeter. teams gonna continue to
I'm
attack
sure
it
that
way.
toss sweep, I don't know what they called it, but it seemed like the toss sweep, or I know Logan had another name for it. But
Crack toss?
Crack toss, there
Yep,
you go.
crack
They
toss.
had so much success on that in Denver, and I was just asking Logan the same thing. I was asking Fred, actually, how, who was wrong when it come to fitting, because I saw the DB making sure the guy bounced inside.
Yeah,
he was now
correct.
Fred was saying that the linebacker got to cross that guy's
Yeah,
face,
absolutely.
who's pulling, so he can get him to bounce back
Bounce
another,
back.
step,
Yep.
so he can now be have the advantage for all the other guys.
That's exactly what it is. And when they're doing those crack tosses outside perimeter runs, you still have to fit correctly.
Yeah.
The corner did a great job of coming up.
Did a great
It was,
job, yeah.
Kendall Fuller came back, forced it up. Now the linebackers, they got to force it back to the next, to the pursuit.
To the next guy.
Yeah, to the next pursuit. And then you got your D-line got to be hustling. Everybody got to be hustling inside out, but it's the responsibility of those guys taking on the blockers to get the ball coming back to the pursuit.
Gotcha.
Yeah, as Josh Allen, though, man.
Yeah, nah,
his
he's one of
ability
those
to
guys
extend plays.
It's just up and down. You don't know what Josh Allen you're going to get either. You know what I mean? He's one of those guys. In one game, he's heroic. He's out there making a bunch of plays. The next game, he's out there giving you a bunch of plays. You know what I mean? So
he's a different type of challenge
Yeah.
for our D-line, too, because of his ability to extend plays. And
yeah.
Buffalo also, they'll have a number of design run plays for him. We saw Denver hurt us a little bit with the design quarterback run with Russell Wilson. So I'm sure Buffalo going to see that and say, hey, we want to have that as part of our game plan. But I can't wait to see our D-line play against this Buffalo Bills offense, and particularly Josh Allen, see if we can continue to get after the quarterback and lead us to a victory at FedEx Field. Hey, I can't wait to see our D-line, see if they can continue to get after the quarterback and lead us to a victory in FedEx. Back to you, Brian, in studio.
Appreciate y'all, fellas. Now, while we wait for them to come back to the studio, let's send it out to our legends, Rick Doc Walker and Doug Williams over at DC Prime, chopping it up. It's Chopping It Up, presented by DC Prime, Loudoun's premier steakhouse. For dinner reservations or private dining, call 703-840-2099.
Wow, we fortunate. We both played with Joe. As a quarterback, your backside is important.
When you double teaming, who you want to double with?
Joe?
Jacoby. We played the New York Giants. I love Gary Jeter. He played for the Giants, USC man.
I know Jerry.
Played against him my whole life. I would tell G, so we're running 50 gut. I would come up, I say, brace yourself, G. He would say something really derogatory back to me.
Yeah.
And Jake, he hit him, I just put a finger. The double team for me was put a finger on it. Jake would kill him. I hear him grunting and stuff. And I go, hey, I tried to warn you. He say some really nasty things to me. We get in the huddle. And Jake had a nickname for him. And Jake would say, dog, stop it. Stop playing with cake. He called him cakes. Pancake. Because he's pancaking him, right? I had so much fun. It was like going to the park with bullies.
Yeah.
Stark. I got him. I got Grim. Mayday. And Mayday had the nastiest disposition of any human being alive.
Nasty.
And I love him. Because when he's on your side, that's what you want.
Right.
Yeah.
Jesus Christmas. Dexter Manning to this day is still my guy. Let me tell you, I know you played with him longer than I have, but the time I played with Dexter, the only somebody during lunchtime would sit down and talk to Dexter. They talking about Dexter couldn't read. And
he couldn't.
Probably couldn't. But every day.
Wall Street Journal?
No, he had the USA Today.
Oh, USA Today, yeah, okay. He had the Wall Street Journal with us.
He was set by me, and the USA Today, back in the day, had pretty
real
colorful pictures.
Yeah.
So one day I said, Dexter, what are you doing? We're looking at the pictures? He said, Doug, I can't read. But when you watch him on the football field, Dexter's a lot more intelligent than we gave him credit for.
Yeah. I think Worrell Grant, to me, is the most interesting player that I ever played with. Rice graduate. Dexter basically, why Richie Pettibone to me is a Hall of Famer, the same way Bill Belichick is, who coached LT.
Right.
The great ones let a talent work, and they feel around what he doesn't do.
Right.
Darryl Grant his brain functioned well, and Rich Malott, God rest his soul.
Yeah.
They played with Dexter. They got game. Dexter will do whatever he want to do. So they just learned how to do whatever he didn't do. You realize how hard that is when you don't know either? And yet they made it seamless. And that to me, Rich Malott and World Grant with Dexter Manley, to me that was, and Richie didn't overcoach it.
Right.
Richie let it breathe and got the best out of all of them. And that's why to me, Richie Pettibone, if anybody's in the Hall of Fame, he ought to be there too.
You played with the Diesel, I didn't, so you know the Diesel.
Yeah, I love Diesel because he never failed you.
Yeah.
You get maximum production out of John, and his work ethic, he may not want you to know this, nobody outworks him. Running his hundreds after practice, he may not, whatever he does and whatever he dances to, you benefit from it. Because he never cheats himself, he ain't gonna cheat you.
Yeah, but you know what I you know, as a fan, what I liked about him as a running back, he didn't care about his body, and he didn't care about nobody else's body. And that's the way he ran.
I've seen his body after games.
Yeah.
If I came home looking like that, the bruises he had, your mother would tell you you're done. You ain't going back to that. What he endured is he was grossly underpaid.
Right.
Based on what he endured, but he dished it out, and we don't win without it. Yeah.
Fellas, always good to hear from some legends out there. They let it eating good over there too. You know what? I got a chance for y'all to eat good today, baby. You know what I'm saying? Look, we gonna just give y'all ain't gonna just give it to us. We gonna give it to you. All right? So check this out. Now I don't know if y'all knew this, but us being 2-0, that's the first time since 2011. Y'all know what y'all doing in 2011?
I was young.
I was on the team. Yeah, I was on the team.
That's all I remember about that. That's all I remember. So what we thought would be fun is to give y'all some 2011 trivia.
All right.
Now what happens is now, y'all don't know if y'all can see this, but we got some beautiful wings here for you guys.
Yes.
Just nothing too, some mild wings, nothing too crazy, you know what I mean? And what happens is if you
can smell the heat coming.
You smell the heat, you feel your nose hairs, right?
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna I'm trying to think easy for you guys right now. Now what happens is I'm gonna give y'all this trivia, right? And if you get it wrong and can't guess right, y'all each gotta eat a wing. All right. Simple enough, right?
Simple.
So you get wrong, you get a ring, right? You don't gotta eat nothing.
You got all this milk, bro.
In case one of them get too hot. I got you, man. These brothers are always prepared. Y'all ready to go?
I'm ready.
All right. First thing first. Top song from 2011. Now, if y'all even get the top 3 songs, one of the 3, y'all win.
No chance.
All right.
No chance.
Fred, we starting with you.
No chance.
What was the top song on Billboard in 2011?
No, it's not the top artist. So
I'm gonna say I can't get an artist, but okay. Adele was hot.
Oh yes, I bet. Was it Adele?
Yeah,
it is.
Look at the card.
Adele.
The card.
No, I told you I'm going for the usual suspect.
Look at the card.
I can't name the
He
song.
was over here sniffing around these cards.
All right, so Logan, can you name 2 or 3?
I don't even know 2 artists, so I'm just gonna. I'm gonna take that right now.
Santana, as he eats, you got one.
Go for the usual suspects, man. Let me just throw out there. Lil Wayne had a song that was hot.
I like Lil Wayne, but no, sir. Go ahead. That's now the wing. Go ahead, eat a wing.
No.
Was it Beyonce?
No.
Beyonce was not one of them. So the answer while y'all eat, Rolling in the Deep by Adele was number 1. Party Rock Anthem by LMFAO was number 2. And Fireworks by Katy Perry was number 3. How y'all feeling?
Katy Perry, usual suspect. I told y'all.
Y'all look like y'all doing okay. Y'all ain't even sweating yet, so we gonna move on. Okay, now.
Y'all enjoyed that.
What was the top grossing movie in 2011? You know what, Fred? We're gonna start with you again since you got the last one right.
Look at the card.
Because they still chewing.
Look, he's looking at the card. Look at You got the worst life.
No, I ain't.
You got the worst life, bro.
It had to be something probably from Marvel. Avengers?
No, sir. I don't like that. That's a little wrong, Fred. That's a wing for you, my brother.
Why you pointing at these? I'm
these. Clearly, these are the hotter wings right here. They're trying to avoid it. Fred,
well,
get that spicy
wing. This wing and dip it in this sauce.
Oh, okay. A little mixing it up. Okay, Logan.
Dark Knight Rises, maybe? Or was that 2012?
Wrong again.
Hey, nabbit.
Oh, you're going to be full after this. Santana.
Movie, 2011. Give me a wing.
Didn't even try. Okay, to give y'all the answer, number 1 was Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. Number 2 was Transformers, Dark Side of the Moon. And number 3 was Twilight. I know y'all all love Twilight. You know what I mean? Okay. Last one, you know what? Since we gave y'all pop culture, now I'm going to give y'all something y'all know something about. Football, baby. Football. You said you was playing Tanner, so I'm going to start with you. Who led the league in receiving yards in 2011?
I know who it is.
Duke? Yeah.
Was it Megatron?
I was gonna say that.
Ding, 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 Megatron.
Oh, there it is. Don't give it to him.
Logan, who was number 2?
I was gonna say Megatron. That's like.
I'm gonna say either
Julio Jones.
Wrong. Dang, you got who's number 2? Who's number 3?
Antonio Brown.
Wrong. It was Wes Welker. Wes Welker. Number 3 of all people was Victor Cruz. Oh man. Yo, you know, y'all made the wings look good.
How about you take some?
No, you know what? I'm a team player. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get the hot one. Listen, I got a show to do, but we gonna hit it anyway.
Eat the wing.
Oh man.
Let a ranch in the blue cheese.
No man, we need some ranch.
It is hot.
I will eat more, but I'll say something for the producers.
I'm a vegetarian.
I'm gonna finish this food because this is pretty damn good. All right, now listen. We will be back at FedEx Field at 12 noon to do our Game Day Center live show. This has been Command Center. I'm struggling to get
it is.
This has been Command Center presented by SeatGeek. I'm Brian Cole Jr. Here with Fred Smoot. Here with Logan Paulson. Here with Santana Moss. I need some water.
Be a grown man. Don't talk with your mouth full.
Damn,
Tonight, Dad came with. He didn't want his little sweet potato to be here without him. But now, he really wishes she was here without him. Next time, he'll just let her roll with her new entourage. And he'll only trust SeatGeek with the tickets. Because when she finds her happy place, he can find his way back to the car. The ticketing app trusted by fans. SeatGeek, so fans can fan.